Well, hello there. Carol Dockham here with Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. And I'm so excited because we are here continuing with our virtual networking online via Zoom. And I am so passionate about creating opportunities to market, promote, and connect women in business, entrepreneurs, small business owners, not only locally, nationally, but globally. So thank you so much for joining us here today. I cannot wait to connect you with these beautiful faces that decided today to get up, dress up, show up, and share their brilliance, their expertise, and how they make an impact in the world. So without further ado, I'm going to go around the Zoom room here and introduce everyone, or have everyone introduce themselves. And then we will just take it from there. So I am going to pass the mic over to Päivi.
Thank you, Carol. So this is Päivi calling from Finland, and I'm a multidimensional entrepreneur. So I'm also a rep for Arctic Nutrition, a Finnish wild food company with the magical berries from the Arctic nature. And also soon to be, actually in a month, a NLP trainer. So empowering people, especially women, struggling with their inner power, fighting that hidden inner power, and also creating a virtual shopping mall and event center. So my passion is to help others, small business entrepreneurs, women, to be visible, to use all of their amazing sparkle that they have inside of them. So with Arctic, the news is that soon after the summer is over here, over the Finland, over this side of the pond, so Arctic is starting to launch 17 new markets. So it will be available in multiple countries in Europe, and hopefully soon in the States. So I'll pass the ball over to Dr. V.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Dr. Valencia Moses. I go by Dr. V. And the problem that I help people solve is moving from being stuck to satisfied, from frustrated to fulfilled, as a life coach, but I love to say as a success mentor, because I found out sometimes in life, people are in this place of stagnation because they have things in their mind that they think about themselves that might be a way of defining success that isn't their definition. A big part of what I like to do is help people to be at their best. I am a Gallup certified strengths coach. So the Clifton Strengths Assessment is one of the tools that I can use with my clients. And my tagline is be the best you on purpose. This idea of intentionality. And when we know who we are, we can show up and shine without apology, without holding back, because we weren't made to shrink, we were made to shine. And something I look forward to discussing with you are some of the things that I'm doing locally here in the greater Cincinnati area to bring business people together, just so that we can connect and refer, because it's about, as I learned from Carol, a phrase that's really dear to my heart. It's about collaboration, not competition. There's plenty of opportunity out here for us. So I look forward to maybe brainstorming a little bit later with you some ideas. I'm thinking about some events to have just to bring people together with no strings attached other than having a good time. All right, so I'm gonna go with the hip senior, Marianne herself.
Woo-hoo. Like feeling like being picked at kickball. So my name is Marianne Bailey, and I own the Hip Senior, and I am a business that is multi-generational marketing for small to medium businesses that want to engage with seniors starting at the age of 50 and their families. So whether it's a physical product or an idea or something like that you want to get out to that age group, we have a magazine called The Hip Senior, We have a directory called the Hip Senior Directory. And we also have a podcast. And so we help bring together those support products with your target market. And so it's with it being multi-generational, like I said, we're working with people from age 50 and up, and that's oftentimes people in their 30s that are learning about products that seniors are looking for, or on up through what seniors are looking for to better enable their lives as well. So we have several different sponsors within our directory, and they all advertise in our magazine. So if you're looking for ways to get your word out, one of our latest sponsors are Boogie Bikes e-bikes. And so we are one of their biggest proponents. I have an e-bike myself now. I'm getting my second one this year, which is kind of crazy. They're coming out with a smaller one for shorter people and people that aren't as able to handle the bigger one a little bit. And so that is coming up on our radar as well. And so I'm actively helping them set up a fleet program for seniors so that in senior homes, especially the ones with like high rises and stuff where people can't garage their own bikes and stuff like that, they can just go downstairs, check out an e-bike for the afternoon and go riding with that. So I'm actively looking for people that have those kind of connections within people. So again, it's Marianne Bailey, the Hip Senior, and I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you. And I will pass it on to Brenda.
Awesome. I love this. Thank you so much, Carol, for pulling this all together just so we can hear what everybody's doing. So this is awesome. So my name is Brenda Murray, and I am physically located here in the Northern Kentucky area. So I'm very close to you Cincinnati folks, right? Exactly. And so right now I seem to be like a little bit in a transition. I'm going from just being Young Living sales to more being more walking into my branding of making changes. So that phrase, making changes, has stuck with me from the beginning, because I knew about 7 years ago, I had to start making changes. Like, life was rough, like constant panic attacks, and I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't stay asleep. My digestion was just a hot mess. I couldn't focus on things. You know, here I was walking into like my older years, you know, over 50 and stuff like that. And I'm like, what kind of life is this? You know, like, it was supposed to be our golden year. So I knew I had to start making changes. And that started with better self-care, better taking care of me. So that's how Young Living and all of their amazing supplements that I just love came into focus, which I teach on those a lot. So I teach education classes. I do them both on Zoom. I have people all over the United States. I don't have anybody yet, you know, out of the States, but I'm looking forward to that. But so I teach on different random classes about self-care and wellness and mindset and things like that. I do it on Zoom and in person. I also do retreats, and I am loving the results that I'm seeing in each different person for the retreats, because everybody's going to get something out of it that they need to get. So my next retreat is in September, and I'm so stinking excited. It's solely focused just on self-care. And it's going to be amazing for that weekend. And then I also encourage physical activity. So I currently have a Saturday morning walking group, and I'm loving meeting all the different ladies that are showing up. My husband even shows up every once in a while. So we're trying to get some of the guys out there also. So we do that, and I have a once a month bunco group. And let me tell you, ladies, they can be competitive. So when we get together, so I have a bunco on this Friday, and I have 40 ladies signed up to be there, and I am so stinking excited. So it's just the act of helping people make those changes to get more active, to get out there, to start taking better care of themselves. So that's what I'm working on right now. So I do work with ladies who are trying to get pregnant with their hormones, all the way up through the seniors who are like, okay, I've not made some great decisions and I need to start doing better self-care, you know, so I help all age ranges. So, all right. And I will put the info in there in the in the chat to connect with me, and also for my retreat, if that works with you, or if you know anybody that would work for. So thank you so much. Let's see, TK, let's hear about you, what you're doing.
Hey, so my name is TK, and just for clarification purposes, my full name is Takia, but I do go by TK. So I'm TK Cunningham, and I am the founding person of TK Consulting LLC, and I actually focus on oppressive systems and how to dismantle them, whether that be in the corporate space or actually being an advocate in the community. That is a huge part of my life, being from my different intersectionalities and pieces of who I am. I'm super passionate about not only being involved in the community and help dismantling systems, but also empowering and educating our youth. That's something that I love to do. I actually started in the educational sector, so I was in higher education, and kind of took a little turn because I like being my own boss. But yeah, I am actually currently in Tennessee, and I've been staying in Tennessee for a few months, but I'm actually transitioning back home to North Carolina by the end of the year. And so I will be focusing on, of course, my business, but also getting involved in Communities in Schools, which is a national program designed for middle school and high school kids. That's one of my passion areas, like I said before, making sure they get their needs met, making sure we are preparing them for life after K-12, and moving forward from there. I also do content curation for DEI organizations. So I do blog posts, I do infographics, advertisement pieces, and I also serve as a mentor.
Well, that is fantastic, TK. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Tennessee. So I absolutely love that. I think that is one of the beautiful things about technology and leveraging technology to connect with people around the globe, actually. So not just nationally, locally, but globally, right? So I would love just to go around the room, and I'd love for you to share any takeaways that you've had from this experience of our virtual networking event, and or who would be a great connection for you. Like, for example, TK, I'm just thinking about what you do and what you offer in terms of the educational and the school system. So tapping into, our network here, and like, who would be a great connection for you? So while we're on this platform, this is a great opportunity who would be a great connection for you? So why don't we go around the Zoom room, and we'll share our thoughts of our experience here, and or who would be a great connection before we wrap up. And who would like to go first?
Okay, I will.
Awesome.
So a good connection for me is always, first of all, any senior citizen that I also teach seniors how to use technology. So any senior citizen that is interested in having a one-on-one with me as far as computer lessons, cell phone lessons, anything like that, I can do it virtually. I can do it in person. It's in the Cincinnati, Dayton area, Columbus area. But then also, oh, there, I was like, did we lose Carol? She swapped it locations. And then for anybody that goes online that wants to reach out to seniors, so any small businesses whose target market is any kind of senior related. So again, that starts at like 30 on up. So depending on where they're looking for in their life, as far as, are they looking for research for seniors? Are they the seniors themselves looking for information? Different stuff like that. As then anybody who is interested in being active again and wants to see what riding a bike feels like again. Imagine the first time you ever rode a bike and how fun it was. And we just rode all over neighborhoods, and we didn't have to come home until, the street lights came on, and our parents were just like, go out, have fun, please be outside, right? And it was nothing to ride a bike. Well, we were young and active, and we didn't struggle with as much. I have an SI joint in my back that radiates into my hip, and it's horrible sometimes, but the fact that I can get on a bike, because the e-bikes actually help you get up hills and navigate places that we can't sometimes as we're getting older. And so seniors now are able to get out and be active. So any senior that's looking to be more active, or any group that's looking maybe to have a fleet program for them type stuff, would be good. So I have a lot of people that you guys can connect me with, right? So I definitely appreciate anybody within those kind of arenas. And then again, businesses that are looking to connect with seniors as well. And I'll pass it on to Pavi. Pavi.
Yeah, thanks, Marianne.
Thank you.
Okay, so Arctic is mostly located here in Europe right now, but if anyone is moving or locating through military, through exchange student program or anything, just remind them that Arctic is available in Europe, I think in few weeks. So covering up over there and then starting the global impact. And also I'll keep posting you when the mall is open, because we're still in the testing phase and seeing that everything works, but it's going to be a global platform for everyone to be visible and just share their experiences and expertise. So Dr. V, over to you.
Yes. So you're in Finland, Pavi? Okay, please connect with me, because one of our friends, she either lives in Finland or she just moved to Luxembourg. Either way, she's in Europe. And send me information about your product so that maybe I can connect you. And I also was thinking about TK. I think I might be a potential client of yours. So I would love to connect with you just because of some work that I'm doing. And I love having great visuals for a DEI related topic presentation that I just landed as an opportunity the other day. In terms of my ideal client, or I'm going to share what's on my mind that I've figured out that works well for me. I love getting to know an organization through a leader of leaders, or I love helping teams to get to work better together. I have some friends who are business relationship coaches, and that helped me to realize that's what I'm really loving that I get to do right now. And I've noticed that when people are working together on a team, there are things that can go unsaid. And that's usually a sign when people say, oh, we have communication problems. When I hear that, there's usually a lot more to that. And there's an opportunity to build trust. And I'm learning like, oh, I like to help people like get to that place where the things that are becoming unsaid get on the table. And, you know, stereotypes are not true in all cases, but there are reasons why the stereotypes exist. But the last thing I'll share is I worked with a group, and there were two women who were not fans of each other. And the whole office couldn't feel how much they weren't fans of each other. And through talking about our strengths, through talking about StrengthsFinder, Clifton Strengths Assessment, there was this powerful moment where people who had been antagonistic agreed with each other in a public space. And you could feel like the other people were like, oh my gosh, did that just happen? And it's like, you know what? I want to do more of that on purpose. So that's kind of where my headspace is right now, working with teams just to help them to know, like, and trust each other more, which that's how we do business. So imagine if you're in the business of helping people through a nonprofit, or if you're in the business of generating income and you're not sharing information, or you're hoarding information for all these other reasons that I won't go into, it's like, that's an incredible opportunity to help not only increase productivity, but also morale. So that's where my thinking is. I'm going to pass it on to TK.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, come on, we can have a conversation. I'm here for it. Let's do it. But as far as, so I kind of, as we've been talking, I've kind of gone off in like two different directions in my head. And so like one is that like educational piece that you were talking about, Carol. I definitely love, love, love being in the educational space. Education is what I do at its like most simplest form. So that is a great, great aspect. So as far as that goes, I would love to be connected with educators. I do public speaking events, so being in the higher ed setting to be able to deliver speeches or talks to the student staff or the staff members who work directly with students on a day-to-day basis is a big deal for me. But also connecting with people who are in the corporate space who need help. You were just talking about team building, Dr. V, and how important that is and how communication is a big factor. I actually am contracted out right now through an organization, Turning Point Leadership Group, and we focus on DEI and leadership development. So no matter what phase you're at in your development process, do you have the proper support in place? Are there mentors to be able to keep people motivated and endure those complicated times? This is 2022, but over, I would say, the course of the past 10 years, we've seen so many different identities under attack. And what safety and security are you providing to people in your workplace so that they don't have to choose between their identity and their work, the work that they love to do, right? So a lot of what we do, facilitations, trainings, et cetera, at Turning Point Leadership Group pours into that. We actually have a free webinar coming up where I'm leading the event. So that's a thing. I'm leading the webinar and we are talking about just that, optimizing safety and security in the corporate space. So if that's something y'all are interested in, I can definitely put in the link to be able to register for that. Like I said, it's completely free next Wednesday. And it is from 12 o'clock Eastern US time until 1. So just an hour lunch break. But so all of that is super important. I personally also like to be connected to nonprofits who are in the space, doing the work, grassroots things. That's really my vibe. I am definitely a person who is out protesting and openly working against systems. Like, I'm not a person who's going to be in the background. If you can't tell, I like to talk. My voice is loud. It just pairs well with my personality. And it's where I can do my best work. So being in grassroots places, I love, love, love to be able to do that as well. And I think last we have Brenda. Is that right? You haven't gone yet, Brenda, right? Awesome.
Right.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Last one picked in the schoolyard. So no, was that Marianne that said something like that earlier? So no, it's amazing to hear everything that you guys are doing and I'm loving it. And it sounds like we have a lot of teachers and people that have just a passion for giving back to our community, giving back to help our people that are around us. So I have been taking notes and all this, and it sounds great. So I'll be reaching out to a couple of you guys also. So the people that really I would appreciate if you guys would keep your ears out for are those that maybe they have a challenge being vulnerable. Some people, they don't show or they don't share how stressed they are, or they don't share how much in pain they are. They kind of hide it. Unless you're like a real good girlfriend, then you might know about it. So for those kind of people that are dealing with like stress, pain, and sleep, I'm actually teaching, it's actually called a speed oiling class on Saturday. And it's supposed to be a fun ladies' night out, but those are our hot topics is pain, sleep, and stress. So for those, I would love to connect with those if they are wanting to learn how to change up their lifestyle a little bit to help them using essential oils. So if they have any idea how to use oils, or they don't at all, but they would like to learn how those amazing little droplets can help them, calm them down, relax them, help them focus. I would love to be in touch with those kind of people. The other ones are for my September women's wellness events, my September retreat. It's going to be in Tennessee, and I'm picturing the ideal age of about 40 to 60. Those are the ladies that I'm talking to right now that are signing up. So those are the ones that are just kind of like stressed out and they need a mama's weekend away. Now, they don't have to be a mom, they could just be somebody who's ready to start taking better care of themselves. So just real quick, the topics for that weekend, it's a 4-day weekend, Thursday through Monday. Check out on Monday. It's exhaustion and sleep, aging backwards from the inside out, cooking for life, looking for the good in everything and the power that holds, and creating the spark again. So there's many different topics all about, healing and moving forward in there. So those are the two types of people that I would really appreciate you guys listening for me, for anybody who wants to learn for oils and supplements, and then for my retreat. So appreciate that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Brenda. Your retreat sounds amazing. So yeah, I was thinking what I'll do is once we wrap up and we wrap up our virtual networking event here, I will be sure to share everyone's contact information or websites so that if any of our viewers are interested in learning more or contacting you individually, they know exactly where to find you. So I'm Carol Dockham, the CEO and founder of Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. We are on a mission to market, promote, and connect women in business, small business owners and entrepreneurs, not just locally, nationally, but globally, leveraging technology. So if you're a speaker, trainer, coach, expert, you're looking for visibility, we would love for you to come and join us. It is all about sparking conversations, making new connections to create opportunities for yourself and others as well. So creating those win-win opportunities. And that's what we love to do here at beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com. All of our events are located on our website. So check it out. Come and join us. We love meeting new people, new faces, and come and join us as well. I'd love to welcome you into our professional business network. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Take care.